So in one of the last videos we looked at dynamically allocating our temperature class. We could do this with any type of class. For example, the television class that you created for Lab 7, we could create the television objects. For this example, we have our temperature is getting created with the default constructor because there are no parameters passed in here. So T1 is going to grab a chunk of memory that's big enough to hold everything in our temperature, and T1 is going to point to that location on the heap, and our default was to put a 0 in for the Celsius value for the constructor. Next, we're going to create our T2 temperature, and so again we're going to grab enough space to hold a temperature object, an instance of that class, and that T2 points to the memory in location that's a temperature, and this time we're passing in a 10, so that Celsius value will be a 10, and then there could be other information stored with that class. We only had one private data member for the class, so I'm only going to show the one private data member in our memory. Well, just like the array needed to be released, the objects also need to be released in order to release the memory so that a different part of the program could use the memory. It uses the same keyword, delete. And since it's not an array, we're going to just write delete and the variable name. And that will release this memory here, free it up, so it's no longer reserved, and something else could use it. Now T1 is still pointing to this location, so we want to set T1 to be a null pointer. So now we've released the memory for T1, and we need to release the memory for T2. Same steps. We're going to delete T2, and then we're going to set T2 equal to null pointer. Now all the memory that we dynamically allocated has been deleted and released, and our program is managing its data. If we don't manage our data, let's say we forget to put these deletes in here, then our program is considered to have a memory leak because we're allocating memory that never gets released, and that memory, if you do something like that in a loop, can continue to grow until you run out of memory. Even if you don't run out of memory, it is still a memory leak if you are not deleting everything that you use the new to allocate.